I hope you're hungry because we are preparing a Mediterranean chickpea bowl with roasted balsamic vegetables. Sounds a little bit fancy and complicated, but it is super simple and really delicious. Now remember, eating balanced bowls is all about eating real food and following the fullness formula, which is to include fiber and protein and fat and color into your meal for maximum satisfaction, fullness, and for sustained energy. So here's what you're gonna need for this recipe. Cooked farro, cooked chickpeas, some crumbled goat's milk feta cheese, some pine nuts, some olive oil balsamic vinegar, some fresh oregano and some salt. For color, we're going to be using some bell peppers, Japanese eggplant, zucchini, baby greens, onion, and mushrooms. Alright, so I'm going to get started on my vegetables and I'm just going to finish chopping these up. So it's so important that when you're roasting anything that you want to make sure that things are pretty much cut up the same size to make sure that you get an equal chop here. So I've got my zucchini here and I'm just going to start putting everything directly onto the baking tray. So I'm going to start with these, and now I'm using these Japanese eggplant. You can use any other eggplant if you like. I like these simply because I find they're not as seedy, right? So there aren't many seeds in the middle, and so they're a little bit sweeter, and I like these very much for this recipe, but you can use whatever recipe you've got. So I'm going to give these a chop. And when it comes to vegetables, you know, I think it's important to, they're the color component of our plate. And so a good reference point is to try to get about 2 to 3 colors per plate. And the reason we talk about this, the reason we talk about color, and the reason it's so important is that color is an indicator, especially when it comes to produce. So this is this beautiful purple color, what we call phytonutrients. So phytonutrients are these plant compounds with really, really beneficial health properties. And so when we get a range of color, this is telling us that we're getting a range of nutrition as well. So I'm just gonna finish this up here. All right, so I'm gonna add these to the tray. I lost one on the way. I'm also going to add, so here I've got some onions that I've sliced up. I've also got some mushrooms. I'm gonna just put these all in here. And I've got some bell pepper as well. So I've got a few different kinds here. I've got a little bit of orange, a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow. Just gonna add that here. And spread these nice and evenly on the baking tray. All right, and now we're gonna go right ahead and make our vinaigrette for the vegetables. So really simple. I've got some olive oil and some balsamic vinegar, and I put this in a little jar like this with some dried oregano. So I'm just gonna pop the lid here, like this. You could go ahead and whisk this in a bowl, but I think this is more fun. All right, so I'm gonna shake this up. And we're going to pour about half of this on our vegetables for now, and we're going to save some of it for later. So now we're going to use our best tools, our fingers, and give everything a nice little mix. So just massage everything nicely. Try to get as much of the dressing in there as possible. Spread them evenly. There we go. And a nice pinch of salt. So that's done. And now we're just going to put this into the oven that I've got preheated. We're going to be cooking these off until they're really melted down and super sweet and caramelized, about 40-45 minutes. All right, so our vegetables are done and now we're ready to start building our bowl. So we're going to start with some cooked farro. Now, cooked farro is basically the spelt kernel completely intact. So when we talk about eating grains and eating them whole, this is really the best way to explain it to you. They're completely intact. This is really the best way to eat them. And what's great about your balanced bowl is that if you don't do, if you're doing a gluten-free diet, if you're gluten sensitive, or if you have celiac disease, you can replace this for quinoa, or you can swap it out for any other type of grain or carbohydrate-rich food that you like. So I'm gonna add these in. And I've also got a base layer of mixed baby greens. And now I'm going to go ahead and add some chickpeas. So the chickpeas here are going to give us a little bit more fiber actually, and they're going to give us the protein in our salad. And again, you can use whichever other type of protein-rich food that you like. You can go with some chicken, you can go with some hemp seeds as well if you're going meat-free, which is a really great vegan source of protein. And now we're going to go right ahead with our vegetables. So I'm going to add these in. These have cooked down. Let's do it this way. These have cooked down so beautifully. And they smell fantastic. All right, grab these here, put this away. We're gonna put this little one back in. I'm going to add some pine nuts that I've toasted. I toss these in. That extra dressing that we had prepared before, I'm gonna pour that over the top as well. And some fresh oregano. Now fresh oregano is just so fragrant. If you get your hands on it, it's gonna make all of the difference in the world in your dish. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. Now there's really a few ways that you can go about making this type of recipe. You can really serve it in a bowl, every individual component separately, but I'm going to go ahead and I like mixing this all together. It makes for a really flavorful salad this way. There you go. So I'm gonna make myself my own little bowl. I'm gonna take some of this. Now what am I missing? I'm gonna try to get some more of that. I'm gonna get some more peppers in there. And to finish it off, I've got some goat's milk feta cheese right over the top, really to give it a little bit of saltiness. It's delicious. And there you go. So here we have it. We've got our Mediterranean chickpea and balsamic roasted vegetable bowl. Like I told you, very simple. If you want the full recipe details, please go to motivenutrition.com. And while you're there, be sure to get on the mailing list. You'll get all of the updates and you'll also get a free ebook that talks about how to build your own balanced bowls at home. And now it's up to you. I want to know what kind of real food you're cooking at home. So when you do try this recipe or when you try any other balanced bowl and you build your own, I would love to see it. So you can share with the hashtag balanced bowls, share it with me, share it with your friends, maybe you can just inspire somebody in your own community to cook something healthy. So thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.